I 32 male, my girlfriend said. I need space. Don't contact me for a while. Then posted vacation photos with her ex. I respected her wishes, changed the locks, and sold her car that was in my name. When she returned, her key didn't work and her parking space was empty. So yeah, about a month ago, my girlfriend of 3 years sat me down for the dreaded "we need to talk" chat. Said she was feeling overwhelmed, needed some space to figure things out, the whole shebang. Asked me to not contact her for a while, and being the apparently naive boyfriend, I respected that. Gave her a hug, told her I'd be here when she was ready, the works. Fast forward maybe 10 days, and my buddy sent me a screenshot. Guess who's living her best, figuring things out life? Lounging by a pool in Phuket with her ex, and plastered all over her Insta story. Talk about a gut punch. Now, I'm not the type to go ballistic immediately. I stewed for a day, let the initial anger morph into a cold, calculating resolve. Started thinking practically. The apartment lease was solely in my name. The hatchback she drove? Also in my name. Lesson learned. Never be too generous. Suddenly, her space request felt less like introspection and more like a convenient cover for her little getaway. So, I respected her wishes. She wanted space? I gave her all the space. Changed the locks on the apartment within 48 hours. Figured if she was finding herself halfway across the world with her ex, she wouldn't be needing her key anytime soon. Then, I looked into the car. Legally mine. Payments were coming out of my account. Decided to cut my losses. Put it up for sale online. Got a decent offer within a few days, signed the transfer papers, and boom. Her ride was gone. Update 1. Surprise. She's back. And reality hit her like a truck. Okay, so about 2 weeks after the Phuket pic surfaced, I get a frantic call from her. Apparently, her soul-searching trip had an abrupt ending. She landed back in town, took a cab to our, scratch that, my apartment, and her key didn't work. Shocking, I know. She called me, voice all shaky and confused. Why won't my key work? What's going on? I kept my tone even. Told her, oh hey, funny thing, since you needed space and all, I figured you wouldn't be needing the apartment anymore. Changed the locks a while back. Dead silence. Then it choked. What did you do? Just respecting your wishes, I said, real matter-of-factly. Figured you were busy finding yourself. Didn't want to intrude. Then came the car question. Where's my car? I need my car. I just said, your car? Oh, you mean the one registered and insured under my name? Yeah, I sold that. Didn't think you'd need it while you were soaking up the sun with your ex. Cue the hysterics, the accusations of being heartless, the whole 9 yards. I calmly reminded her that she was the one who asked for space and no contact. I simply obliged. Maybe she should have specified the geographical limitations of that space. She's currently couch surfing at a friend's, bombarding my WhatsApp with angry voice notes. Honestly, I hit the mute button. The peace in my apartment is golden. Update 2. The aftermath and the quiet victory. It's been about 3 weeks since the dramatic return and the subsequent fallout. The angry voice notes have dwindled to occasional sulky texts. Her social media is a masterpiece of vague booking about betrayal and unfairness. The irony is truly something to behold. Turns out, the Phuket reunion wasn't the fairy tale she probably envisioned. Heard through the grapevine that things went south pretty fast with the ex. Now she's back home, carless, and without a place to live. Some of our mutual friends are aghast at my actions. Others are quietly admitting I did what needed to be done. Their opinions are background noise at this point. What's crystal clear is the absence of drama in my life. My weekends are my own again. I've even reconnected with some old friends I hadn't seen in ages. Started focusing on my hobbies again. It's amazing what a little space can do for my well-being. She did try to argue that she contributed to the car in other ways, running errands, keeping it clean. I politely reminded her that those are typical favors in a relationship, not financial contributions to ownership. The paperwork clearly stated it was mine. Case closed. My colleague, who's been through a similar situation, actually applauded my approach. Said I handled it with more grace than most people would. Honestly, the whole situation was messy, but I'm definitely on the upswing. I gave her the space she asked for, and in that space, I reclaimed my life. Sometimes, respecting someone's wishes is the most self-respecting thing you can do. Final update. Moving forward and the clarity of hindsight. It's been a couple of months since the dust settled. The occasional text still pops up, usually guilt-tripping or trying to appeal to my better nature. I mostly ignore them. I'm in a genuinely good place now. Started seeing someone new, someone who values open communication and doesn't take impromptu vacations with former flames. My apartment feels like a sanctuary. I even treated myself to a new and solely mine car. Looking back, I stand by my decisions. I didn't act out of malice or revenge. I simply responded to her actions and her explicit request in a logical and self-protective way. She wanted space. She got it. And in that space, the reality of her choices caught up with her. The biggest takeaway for me? Pay attention to actions, not just words. And sometimes, the most respectful thing you can do for yourself is to create boundaries, even if it means saying goodbye to someone who asked for distance in the first place. Thanks for listening, Reddit. It's been a journey, onwards and upwards.